Hi guys, welcome back. This is Shenanigans and More, and I am your psycho host, Psychoalex, and welcome you guys all back. We've been having a lot of technical difficulties with my episodes and just getting them processed and whatnot and stuff. So just really excited to finally be able to talk to you guys again after a couple of mishaps, but everything sounds good now. Everything works good, hopefully, for now. And I'll be looking into getting some other medias and stuff so that I can finally get situated and make sure that we can actually get this out. So I just wanted to do a couple of fun stories for you guys after so much stress and so much disasters with the episodes, and also they're very deep and very serious, and I feel like that's kind of why we haven't gotten as many great responses to them, but it's fine. We're gonna keep working and we're gonna keep trying. We, as in team me. We're gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying to get you guys, going, and to not be afraid to watch them, not be afraid to comment and find out what else is good that you guys want to hear about and what you want to share, or would like me to share with you guys and whatnot. So for today's episode, we are gonna be doing drunk stories. My personal drunk stories, and I'm a very good storyteller. um it just so happens that I give a lot of details. And I have a bunch of drunk stories, man. I'm a Hi, my name's Alex and I'm an alcoholic, and this is no disrespect to anyone who actually goes to AA meetings, but I've had to stop myself from drinking continuously, because now I do it. I usually would do it, like, I guess you could say, socially, but I'm a brew fanatic, so I'm always going to breweries, and I'm always excited to find new beers to try, and just a lot of fun stuff. But these drunk stories are actually for my entire lifetime, and they're just fun stories, and they're mostly like extreme drunk stories. It all sounds fun, and cheers. So I'll let you guys know my fun stories. To begin, I want to talk about the first time I hated vodka. There's no disrespect to vodka. Perhaps it was a very cheap vodka because my father is a cheap, and the disrespect is there. And so I was 15, I'm Mexican, so most of our parents are usually okay with us drinking when we're really young and whatnot, So it was my mom's birthday, actually. And that's the reason why I decided to tell all of these drunk stories this time around, because my mom's birthday just passed. Yay, happy birthday, Mom. Love you. And so it was a lot of fun because yeah, my dad's a cheap. So he brought a big ass bottle of vodka and was making margaritas. Okay, like mixed drinks, but basically margaritas. And so he was pouring a bunch of ice and mixed drink thing and vodka. And so we had those big red cups. And I was, so cool, and I was finally cool because I was finally 15 and drinking, and my cousins were all drinking with me and stuff. And we had a family party thing, for my mom. And so, when dad wasn't around to notice, I would either pour more of the mix from the from the mixer, or I would pour more vodka. Now everything was fine. I was good. I was still remembering everything. This is pre blackout Psychoalex for y'all. And I was just having fun, hanging out with my cousins, talking to my cousins and the family and stuff. And so I go inside the house and I sit down with all the cool cousins because they're all older than me or cooler and they're rockers. And like, I'm just trying to totally be cool, you know? And one of my cousin's friends decides to shake a beer and hand it to me and tell me to drink it, to jug it because it's spilling. So, you know, I wanted to impress and I wanted to look cool. And so here I go. And, and I tried to finish the bottle. Biggest mistake of my life because I don't remember the rest of the story. But I did get to watch it because phones were a thing in 2015, 2005, y'all. So my family members who had cell phones recorded me. And I was a mess. So at this point, I black out and my cousins are laughing and all of her and her friend was laughing too. And so here I go and I'm hanging out and I'm talking shit to everyone who will listen, everyone at the party. My parents are trying to put me to bed and they can't because I don't stop talking and I don't stop like being crazy. And so I go inside. They're trying to hold me down and trying to put me to bed. My dad is with me because technically it was his fault. He just didn't know it. And so my bathroom from the house was actually in my room, and everyone at the party had to go through my room to get to the bathroom. Now everyone is kind of scared to go in there because all I am doing is telling the truths. Now, I will always tell the truth. I will most likely always tell it to your face. But drunk Psychoalex will tell you everything to your face with no filter. And I already kind of sort of seem like I don't have a filter. And I already get in trouble for that. But drunk me, worse. And so, luckily, one of my beautiful cousins whom I love very dearly, shout out to Nancy, she passes by and I don't get to see her very often, so she passed by and I was like, cousin, I love you so much, cousin. And she kisses me and she's like, I love you too, cousin, but you gotta go to bed. And she's like, and I gotta go pee. And so she goes to the bathroom and my dad's trying to hold me still and like I'm like drunk talking crap to him, telling him how he doesn't love me, how he's not a good dad and all this crap, and he's just taking it, okay? And so then my cousin's husband comes in, not the other cousin, another cousin's husband comes in, and I don't really like him, and I wasn't really nice to him, but I was worse when I was drunk and telling the truth. So I call him names, I disrespect him. By the way, this is the same guy who ended up recording me because all he could do was laugh about all the crap I was telling him. And he's just having a good laugh on my, because of me and because of all the shit I'm telling him. And so he records me and I'm always just like, oh, you think you're hot, you think you're all that, but my cousin's prettier than that. She deserves a better man than you. Bad. Terrible. He doesn't hate me though. They're still married. And he still likes me. He just still brings it up and laughs at me 15 years later. But fun times. And then like my dad, by the way, in case I haven't ever mentioned, is gay or bisexual, whatever he decides the day of. And so he had a partner at the time who was like terrified of me already as it was because apparently I have a resting bitch face. Apparently, I think I'm really nice. And so he doesn't want to go into the house because he knows he's going to get it worse. My dad's getting it. And so 1 minute I'm crying on my dad's shoulder. And the next I'm actually laughing and telling him that he thinks I'm crying when I'm not, when I have tears in my eyes. But I'm always, I started to laugh and I was just be like, hey, you thought I was crying, but I wasn't crying. It didn't end. It just kept going and going and going until I finally knocked the fuck out. And that's the story about not why I don't have vodka. Yeah, good times. But But then at 19, I thought I was super cool, and I had a boyfriend, and my cousin was cool. Same cousin, by the way, who I was trying to impress. And we're going to go clubbing. So we go clubbing, and she's like, "Oh my god, you gotta have the coolest thing. Like, this drink is like super cool. It's like an energy drink mixed like with alcohol, and it's like so cool. And like all the cool people are having it, and you gotta have some. And if you want to turn up, you gotta have it." And I said, "Okay, well, I'm cool, and I want to be cool, and I'm gonna turn up, so I'm gonna drink it." So we're at the club with actually my ex boyfriend, my mother, her mother, my cousin. And we're chilling, we're hanging out, we're jugging these drinks in the car before we go into the club. Everything is fun and games until I get inside. And there's smoke everywhere, and I can't breathe for the life of me. By the way, I have a fucking, a body, what is that thing called? Like, a faja. Whoever knows what I'm talking about. So like a body shaper or whatever those shits are called. And so I have this tight dress with this body shaper, and I'm like drunk on this old drink that's called Sparks, because I'm old. And it was like a younger experimental version of Four Locos. Okay. But legit, if I have to compare with Four Locos and that one, I prefer that one. It was actually way smoother, and like, I look super weird. Ignore me. I'm just like, my feet got tired. And so I'm super cool, and I'm drinking, and I'm like in there, and I'm trying to dance. I'm trying to twerk on my man and whatnot. I just feel like I keep getting shorter and shorter. I apologize. I'm gonna adjust this. Hold on. And so now that you can see my full beautiful face, I gotta do something about this sign. I know. We're gonna put it here. There we go. Much better. Okay. And so long story short, I go in the club. I can't breathe. I'm dying. The heat and the smog and all of that shit that's happening in the club is like killing me. I can't breathe. This like body shaper is like has my lungs and intestines or something like super tight, and I just can't breathe, and I'm dying. And it had happened before to me once when I was having sex in the shower, and like the heat, like I can't do saunas. Let's just say that. Okay, I just couldn't breathe, and I wanted to take it off, and I couldn't breathe, and I wanted to die, and this like sparks thing was driving my heart insane, and I felt like it was gonna come out of my chest. And so I told him I gotta go outside, and they told us if we left, we weren't gonna be able to come back inside. And I said, I don't care. I gotta get out of here. I can't breathe. Mind you, we were probably inside for like 20 minutes. I don't know. My cousin says it was less. I remember it was a little bit more, but I was just gone and done. I could not breathe. So long story short, we head back to the car. Everybody's still partying inside. They're calling for us. They're looking for us, and we cannot be found. Until like finally my ex-boyfriend told my mom, "Oh, we're outside because she can't breathe." And so we're by the truck, and I was like, I gotta pee. Like, I'm gonna pee on myself, and I have this body shaper that's like trapped my hoo-ha into it, and I can't pee. I gotta pee. So in the middle of the street, in the middle of nowhere, I decided to take off my whole thing, not the dress, but the actual whole thing, and I pee on the floor in the middle of the parking lot. Horrible. But I didn't care because I had to go, and I was so drunk I didn't even notice, like, till afterwards, till everybody's laughing at me telling me that I'm peeing in the middle of the fucking parking lot because I couldn't breathe. And so then after that we're like, okay, this bitch is crazy, she's drunk, she's done. I told him that, it's okay, go back inside, me and him can just wait out here, like, I just can't go back inside. And they're like, no, it's okay, we're gonna go. So we end up getting back in the car, and as soon as we start driving down the street towards the freeway to go back home because we were a little far, I decide, or my body decides, that it needs to pee again. And so we have to pull over. I feel terrible. My poor aunt has to pull over. and we're in the middle of the street. And it's the funniest thing because they told me I opened the door, right? And they told me to use the door to cover my ass so I could pee and that nobody would see it. I was so drunk that I peed on the opposite direction where my culo was actually standing on the side where everyone could see it. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just so drunk and I couldn't breathe. I hated that stupid dress after that. I hated that stupid body shaper because I just felt trapped and it was horrible. And so finally I'm like, okay, I'm okay. I put my underwear back on. I hop back in the car and we get home and I have a good night because that's the best that I could do because I was just so drunk and so gone. It was so bad. God, I have really bad drunk stories. I'm always peeing everywhere. But there's more. I gotta have a sip. It's too hot today. So 24 and it's Valentine's Day. Oh God, this is a bad story. So it's not that bad. I actually was single and 24, 25, something like that. And I'm over here like, girl, it's like Valentine's Day and I have no man. I'm single and I'm calling my friend. I'm saying, yo, chick, what are we doing? Like, let's get this party started. And then she said, fuck it. And we left. We're at this bar. We're drinking. We're getting crazy. We're getting hyped. Some random girl decided to hang out with us. We said fuck it. She was wasted. Next thing I know, I'm dancing with some guy. Next thing we know, she starts getting in a fight. Me and my friend are trying to help her out. The security comes by and says, is this a chick with you guys? And we both look at each other and say no. And this girl, like, it's a mess, right? So everything's crazy. Valentine's Day, woo-de-woo. So, then we get harassed a little by like some guys who want to talk to us and we're just like, no, thank you, it's okay. You know, we weren't trying to be bougie, we were just trying to have fun and stuff, and we just really weren't interested, you know. And so they keep bugging us, and these two guys come over, and like they pretend that they're with us, and they defend us, and the guys leave or whatever. So we like tell them thank you, and like, you know, this guy just kind of looks a little familiar. I think he's kind of cute and whatnot. And so your girl over here, Psychoalex, is a little dangerous when she's drunk. It's very daring. I'm very daring. I lose self control. Alright, who am I kidding? That's me on a daily basis. But I dare to come up to this guy after the bar is about to close. You know, I really wanted to dance with him, but I didn't dare at the time, so I was just kind of like, you know, getting my liquid courage or whatever on me, and I'm hanging out at the bar with my friend, and once we're walking away and the bar is closing, they're standing by the exit outside already, and we're walking by them, and I decide drunk me decided to spank this guy. Now anybody who knows me knows I have a thing or two or three about butts, and men's butts to me are super hot. I don't know what it is. I mean, I gotta smack it, you know, get it going. I don't know. And just so I seen this guy, he's standing right there, and I think he's kind of cute. He defended us, you know, so I go and I smack his ass. He turns around so mad, so mad that he's about to sock me until he realizes this is me and that it's a chick, you know, and he did not fucking expect that a fucking girl was gonna smack his ass and be dared to do it, you know. So he turns around and is super mad at it, like anger on his face, and as soon as he sees me, he relaxes and smiles and chuckles a little, and he's just like, what are you doing? And as soon as he like noticed it was me, he grabbed his hand and smacked my ass and then pulled me closer, like kind of hugging me. And I was like, ooh, like also happy that he did that, you know, because I totally wanted to get his number or something else. It's Valentine's Day and I was single, okay, just leave me alone. And I was drunk, to be fair. And so yeah, I dared to do that, and you know, And once I did that and he like pulled me closer, we ended up exchanging numbers and he wanted me to go with him. And my friend's like, no, bitch, like, you came with me, we're leaving together, and we got this Uber to figure out. And we're like, all right, fuck it. So, we end up going home, but he texts me and he just, I just want to make sure you got home safely. And like after that, we text a little, we go on a couple of dates and stuff, and like, yeah. If you watch episode 2 on sex stories, he's part of one of those. Yeah, good times. So that was 24 on Valentine's Day. I wasn't alone on Valentine's Day in a way, technically, when I smacked some dude's ass. I mean, update about the ass. He had no ass. But it's okay, because he had other stuff in other places that I enjoyed, quite frankly. Okay, so 28 and only 3 shots. And this is one of my cousin's favorite stories. Shout out to my friend and my cousin. Fuck it, I'm just gonna say your name, sister. So shout out to Jessica, who loves this story. And Rosie was there too, so shout out to Rosie. And my mother particularly loves this story, because I wasn't drunk. I really wasn't. I only took 3 shots. That's it. 3 shots. Just 3 shots. So it was my birthday and I was super happy. I had a lot of stuff to do. Oh, and shout out to Karina. Hi, Karina. And all these beautiful people are with me. Half the people that actually showed up, were like cool and like in costume, because I'm always doing in costume. So because you guys know my birthday is like a week before Halloween, and so I'm always super like excited to be dressed up and like have fun and all this shit. And so everybody's dressed up in school candy Day of the Dead attire. I have really cool red dress and stuff, and like my face is painted. My beautiful friend Jessica helped me with my makeup, and she did hers, and everybody's got their makeup done, and it's super cool. And I got drunk. The party started super late. Half the people showed up. Everything seemed like a disaster. But at the end of the night, I had a blast. But I only had 3 shots. And they don't believe me. I really did only have 3 shots. And I'm always telling my mother. And that night I was telling my mother. And so I got wasted. Apparently not on 3 shots. But I was sure I took 3 shots. And we're playing. The party ends. Everything's great. Everybody is happy. And they're super nice to me. And I was happy. I was disappointed a little that half the people showed up. But it always happens to me for some reason. Hashtag last year when I turned 30. Nobody showed up. Hashtag tear and sad, but it is what it is. Anyway, so I had a blast, and the people who did show up made it very special. But we're playing, me and my friends and their kids and Rosie were playing volleyball with a balloon as everybody's cleaning up, and I'm a mess. I'm drunk. I'm having fun or whatever, and like I fall, not on my face, but I fall on my belly, like flat on my belly. And luckily I put my hands out, because my face would have gotten ruined a little bit more. But it was funny as shit, and then everybody just goes and then I just start laughing and saying, I'm okay. And I'm cracking up, rolling around on the floor, literally laughing my ass off. And everybody's like, okay, so they get me up, and we're still cleaning, and we're still playing and stuff and whatnot, and we're headed to the car. And then my mom's like, I can't believe you're so drunk, like, you didn't even drink that much, like, what the hell is wrong with you? She always ends up giving me the mom speech after, like, she keeps on feeding me shots too, like, and we're partying for my birthday, and she knew that I was disappointed that like a lot of people didn't show up, so it was kind of funny. She's like, scolding me about like being drunk and how drunk I was, and I was like, Mom, relax. I only had 3 shots. And that is how the 3 shot story Three Shot Story started. And now anyone who remembers about my birthday who was there and can tell me about the three shots reminds me every time I'm drunk about the three shots. I only had 3 shots. But they don't believe me. 3. Anyways, so last year not a lot of people showed up. Hold on one second. And that's okay. I had no plans on making a birthday party in the first place. In the beginning of the year last year, by February or March, before pre-pandemic thing happened, I was already planning that for my 30th birthday, I was going to go on this beautiful, amazing trip to Seattle, come down to Sacramento, specifically like Gridley or something like that, to meet my family there and then hang out with my cousin. Shout out to Tony and my Shannon. What up? And I was supposed to do that and then come down to Oakland when my friends still lived there, and then end up in Fresno or maybe Visalia or somewhere around there, and then like end up coming back home. All right, but that didn't happen because then pandemic happened and my job went to shit and I didn't get to do my trip. So I met person who wanted to make a party together because her birthday was 7 days after mine and we wanted to like make this really cool and we were friends and we're gonna make this party together. And long story short, she canceled like a week before when I had already bought everything that was my part to buy. So I had already invited my friends and made plans and had bought all this food and all the snacks, and I just wanted it to be like 30-30 dirty 30s party, you know, all females, and just like, you know, wanted to make it like a just a girls night kind of thing, you know, and like a fun thing or whatever. No one showed up. No one but my sister-in-law and my brother and my cousin ended up coming through, and he's a guy. And then my beautiful friend Eddie, shout out to Eddie, who like last minute I let them know, hey, you want to come? I have a bunch of wine and I have a bunch of fucking chocolate dicks that my sister-in-law made me. I had a bunch of crackers and wine, and no one showed up. Like, what do you want to do? Like, let's chill, you know? And so they loved me and they came through and we had fun, you know? And then I was gonna meet this guy to start dating, and so he showed up and that was fun. Now I had never had sex. Is that right? Maybe. But I had never had sex on my first night meet or my first date. And that night was the night I broke the record. But hey, I'm 30. And it was dirty 30s and flirty. And I had chocolate dicks on deck. And so I got drunk. I'm at the door saying goodbye to this dude that I just met. And one thing leads to another and we're having car sex. Yeah. I was drunk. Really drunk. Really drunk. I'm not saying I regret it. He was a beautiful, handsome man, but I was that's just not me. I don't have sex at the first night, a first date, a first meet, and like, not just that, it was car sex, and it was like, really like across the street from my house, basically, and it was like 3 a.m. Could have gone really wrong, but it went right. But I was super crazy and I had a lot of fun in the end, you know, and I don't regret it. But that was a really crazy drunk story because I ended up coming inside the house and just like, I ended up coming, all right. But I ended up coming inside the house and was like trying to adjust my dress and everything because I wanted to make sure my mom didn't realize what was going on. But she was already gone to sleep, and I went to bed and I remember taking a shower and like just like trying to make it look like I didn't do anything and I was fine and I was in my bed the whole time. Good times. But I have actually way more drunk stories that are probably way more fun. I was actually talking to my friends and to Jessica and them, and like trying to remember, and my cousin Addie, shout out Addie, trying to remember like what the fuck like I've done in crazy drunk stories. Um, Something I remember right now from the top of my head. I don't remember exactly how old I turned that year, but I was super drunk. Oh god. It was if there's a YouTube video out there of a girl in Saddle Ranch, Universal Studios, please send it to me. It was me. I was super drunk. They called all of the birthday girls to the stage, and they were like, come and dance and da 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 and whatnot, and they put all this crazy music, and I was dancing, and my ex at the my boyfriend at the time was down in the front in the like by the steps that you go into the stage, and I'm dancing on stage and blah blah blah. I think I'm wearing a skirt. I'm 100% I'm wearing a skirt. By the way, we pre-gamed in the parking lot. Crazy story. And so I was already drunk. And then it's my birthday, so they keep buying me these big ass fucking like margarita things. And I was hammered by the time I was on stage. And I'm on stage and I'm flashing the crowd. I'm wearing shorts. But I'm flashing the crowd with my culo out, and I'm just like twerking. And I put my man's face on my ass. And I just hear the crowd going crazy. And then I decide for some reason, oh god, I'm gonna hide my face from now on after this video. And for some reason I decided to turn around and show everybody my vagina with shorts. Again, I'm wearing shorts under my skirt. But I lift my skirt and I dip my man's face into it, and everybody's going crazy. And then I black out. And then all I remember again is waking up as we're walking to the car, to the valet parking, to get the car. And we're like sitting in the car. And then I was just like, is the party over? Because I want to drink. And they're like, yeah, dude, the party's over. You did it already. You overdid it already. Like, everybody's going to remember you tomorrow. You're going to be on fucking YouTube. You might be a fucking hot topic, trending topic tomorrow because of everything you did. And I was like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. I was just having fun. It was my birthday. Yeah. Hangovers, man. Crazy. So I have many more drunk stories. I have crazy drunk stories, actually, with particular friends in specific who've never drank before or who've never drank as crazy as this. And then I got them drunk and they had the blast time of their life and also hated alcohol for the rest of the time of their lives. I love you. But this has been Shenanigans and More. And I just wanted to do a little fun topic and let you guys get to know a little bit more about your psycho host, Alex. And I just wanted to lighten the mood. Get it? Lighten the mood. Good times. Oh yeah, I also got that one story of me brewery hopping in San Diego. Good times. Well, I've got many more stories for you, but for tonight, that is over. And that is it. I love you guys. Mwah! Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for liking my videos or at least watching my videos. But please give it a big thumbs up or subscribe. Ding! And stay tuned for more shenanigans and more, because I've got a bunch of shenanigans to talk about and a bunch of drunk stories to tell you guys. It'd be fun if I had my friends here and they could tell you testimonies. Well, anyway, it's been fun. Have a good day, and please give me something. If you enjoy my crazy stories, just hit like or just hit that subscribe, and I'll be posting more things and more fun stuff and many more things to talk about. And this next month after Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day, everyone. We will be having we as in moi and shenanigans and more. We'll be having a special episode for Pride Month. Yay! And a few other things that I want to talk about. I just like to keep it fun, you guys. Everybody talks about like all the terrible things going on, and as much as sometimes I want to tell you guys my opinion on the terrible things going on, I hold myself back because there's already so much bad. There's already so many things that people don't talk about, that people talk about, and so many things like depression, like the last two episodes that go under, thrown under the rug. And after this whole pandemic, I like that I see a lot of people talking about a mental illness and mental illness being a real thing, and this is why it's important that we talk about it and we talk to random strangers, if not with caution. But it's really important that we acknowledge that our kids and our teens and our parents and our older adults are going through shit, too. And we get to talk about it, and we want to talk about it. And I always talking about mental health and talking to people about it, and getting some help. So, but we have more topics to come. We do have this pending conversation with Alan from the Discussion Lounge about does size matter? So he totally wants to know, and he's going to be interviewing me. Hopefully soon he can give me the time of day to make this beautiful interview, and I'll be sweating, but telling the truth, because, why not? So does size matter? Let me know what you think, if it does, if it doesn't, if it's the motion of the ocean, and all these fun things that we can talk about. But for now, your psycho host, Psychoalex, is out. Good night.